I am a professional. I always aim true whether firing single rounds or full automatic. I know neither fatigue nor failure. I would take pride in my work, but for one thing. I do not know my target. I am not the one who kills. That distinction belongs to the man who pulls my trigger. I am an assault rifle. My name is Kalashnikov. Somewhere near Moscow, a group of elite soldiers from Russia's Interior Ministry are about to start an all-day exercise. In the morning, they line up in formation. According to tradition, they pay homage to past comrades who've died in the line of duty. This unit has taken part in many counter-terrorist operations across Russia. They have a variety of firearms at their disposal, but their weapon of choice is still the Kalashnikov assault rifle. To these men, it's known simply as Kalash. These soldiers will endure a course of special training lasting almost until dusk. It's regular procedure for new modifications to the Kalashnikov assault rifle to be tested in such units. It would be hard to imagine a tougher testing ground for any new gun. One rifle from every batch is thoroughly scrutinized before being sent to units in the field. In truth, it's more like torture than a scientific trial. The rifle's designer, Mikhail Kalashnikov, once recalled that when he realized his first model was to be subjected to a severe test, he looked away. He couldn't bear to see it with his own eyes. Testing a new variant of the Kalashnikov goes through 7 stages. First, the gun is placed into what's known as the dust chamber, where the room is filled with sand.
The dust chamber is filled with fine particles of silica sand. The next stage will lead us to the sprinkler room. It imitates a subtropical climate.
When US commandos fought in Vietnam, the hot and humid conditions often prompted them to improvise with captured Kalashnikovs rather than their own Army-issue M16 rifle. Kalashnikovs were far more durable in such a climate. Self-taught gunsmith Mikhail Kalashnikov came up with the prototype for his celebrated rifle at the age of 22. He set about designing it after he was wounded in action during the Second World War. Recognition of his achievement came 5.5 years later in 1947, when his model came first in a Defense Ministry firearm design contest. The new weapon was designated AK-47.
I took care to think over every single part to make them more technologically suitable for mass production. At the same time, I needed to make sure that the gun was as reliable and durable as its design dictates. That was not an easy task. In general, any designer must be very careful with regard to every detail of the design.
Vietnam War veterans frequent this firing range in the US state of Virginia. It was here in the 1990s, after the end of the Cold War, that the AK-47's designers met their American M16 counterparts. Following the gathering, Mikhail Kalashnikov put his signature on one of the rifles belonging to the club.
This is Russian ammunition, by the way, so I'm sure it'll work well. General Kalashnikov autographed this piece, so this is quite a rare piece, and when we shoot it, everybody will have on white gloves because we don't want to smear the signature on.
Kalashnikov assault rifles are mainly assembled by hand. People working at the Izhmash machine building plant in the city of Ijevsk never say weapon or assault rifle. They refer to it simply as the product. Some 20 variants of the AK have been turned out here since 1947. People across the globe instantly recognize the Kalashnikov. It is the most widespread firearm in the world today.
The rifle is not only functional, but it's also a handsome model. Mikhail Kalashnikov likes to say that it cries out to be touched.
Most of the workers at the machine building plant are women. It's thought they handle the mechanical operations requiring constant attention better than men. They know the rifle inside and out, even though the weapon is intended primarily for men.
I often have to teach male workers, not only the newcomers, but also those who already know their job well. When I watch films on TV, I instantly recognize something made in our shop. It gives me great joy to see our products on screen.
The first batch of Kalashnikovs made in 1947 was kept secret. So much so that officers concealed the weapons in cases and collected used cartridges. When the 5.45mm variant appeared in 1974, the situation was quite different. The Kalashnikov brand had gained fame far beyond Soviet borders after the Vietnam War. Special forces were some of the first to appreciate the benefits of the 5.45mm version. Shot patterning had improved, it was also much lighter, and there were no complaints about harsh operating conditions. Even though the Kalashnikov rifle is much more reliable than the M16, its designer earned far less from his creation than his American counterpart, Eugene Stoner.